Hi, I'm Izan. I used to think I had it all figured out. Good job as a software engineer, nice house in the suburbs, and Mia, my wife of 3 years, expecting our first child. At least that's what I thought until last Thursday. Babe, have you seen my blue folder? I need those client notes for the meeting. I called from the home office. Mia appeared in the doorway, her hand resting on her 7-month baby bump. Check the kitchen counter. I think I saw it there when I was making breakfast. Thanks, I replied, making my way downstairs. Our routine was comfortable, predictable. I found the folder under a stack of mail I hadn't gotten around to sorting. As I picked it up, an envelope slid out. Medical paperwork from Mia's latest prenatal appointment. Hey, how did the appointment go yesterday? I asked when she came into the kitchen. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. Fine, she answered quickly. Just routine stuff. That's good. I glanced at the papers. Wait, what's this about blood type incompatibility? Mia froze. What are you talking about? It says here you're AB negative and the baby's likely A positive. I looked up confused. But I'm O positive. That's not possible, Mia. Her expression shifted rapidly, surprise, panic, then defensiveness. You're reading it wrong. I'm not, I said, my voice steady despite my racing heart. This can't be my child, Mia. Basic genetics. You're overreacting, she snapped, reaching for the papers. I stepped back. Who is he? This is ridiculous. I have to get ready for work. She turned to leave. Mia, who is he? She spun back. Fine, it was one mistake. With Derek, from my office. The name hit like a physical blow. Derek had been to our house for dinner multiple times. How long? Does it matter? Her voice hardened. How long? 6 months, okay? It just happened. Things don't just happen for half a year, Mia. My phone buzzed. Marcus. Hey man, still on for lunch? I'll call you back, I managed. Everything okay? You sound weird? No, actually, just found out I'm not the father. Silence then. I'm coming over. 15 minutes. When Marcus arrived, Mia was upstairs, refusing to talk further. She admitted it was Derek from her office, I told him, as we sat at the kitchen table. Marcus's usually jovial face was deadly serious. Derek Sullivan? The guy with the Tesla? Yeah. Izan. I didn't want to say anything before, but I saw them together about a month ago at Riverside Park. They looked close. I convinced myself it was nothing. I stared at the medical papers. Well, it was definitely something. What are you going to do? I don't know yet, but I'm starting with the truth. All of it. She's been lying to your face for months. My sister Lydia paced around my living room the next day. Mia had gone to stay with a friend, claiming I needed space to calm down. I know, Liddy. No, you don't know, she fired back, hands gesticulating wildly. This isn't just an affair. She was going to let you raise another man's child without ever telling you. Marcus nodded from the armchair. Lydia's right. You need to talk to Derek too. What would that accomplish? I asked. Information, Lydia said. You need the full picture before deciding next steps. Derek agreed to meet at a coffee shop downtown. He looked like he'd aged years overnight. I'm sorry, were his first words as he slid into the booth across from me. Save it, I replied. I just need to know when it started and if you knew about the pregnancy. He fidgeted with his coffee cup. It started at the company Christmas party. And yes, Mia told me about the baby 2 months ago. And you knew it was yours? She said there was a possibility. A possibility? My voice remained level. And what was your plan exactly? There wasn't one really. She kept saying she'd handle it. Handle it? I leaned forward. That's my life you're talking about. I know. It's inexcusable. His eyes darted around nervously. She told me she loved me but couldn't leave you because of financial stability. The coffee turned bitter in my mouth. So I was just the wallet? Her words, not mine. Did she ever mention telling me the truth? I asked, struggling to keep my voice steady. Derek stared at his hands. She said it would be better if you never knew, that you'd be a good father regardless, and why ruin a good situation? A good situation for whom exactly? For everyone, according to her, he mumbled. The baby gets a stable home, you get the child you wanted, she keeps her marriage, and you get to have your cake and eat it too, I finished for him. I never agreed to that plan, he insisted, looking up. I told her I wanted to be involved with my child. Yet you kept sleeping with my wife instead of doing the honorable thing. He had no answer for that. As I left, I ran into Rachel, Mia's best friend. Izan, I heard what happened. You need to give Mia another chance, she said, blocking my path. Another chance for what, Rachel? More lies? People make mistakes. She's pregnant and scared. With another man's child, I reminded her. It doesn't matter whose DNA it has. You were excited about being a father. Under false pretenses. You're being cold. This isn't the Eisen I know. The Mia I thought I knew wouldn't trap me into raising someone else's child. Rachel's face flushed. She loves you in her own way. That's not love, I said, walking past her, and I think you know it. Back at home, Lydia and Marcus helped me formulate a plan. First, Lydia said, tapping her fingers on the table, document everything. The medical records, text messages, emails, anything proving the deception. Marcus nodded, then talk to a lawyer before confronting her again. I want to be smart about this, I agreed. No impulsive moves. Good, Lydia said, because something tells me this is about to get messy. 3 days later, with legal advice secured and evidence organized, I asked Mia to come home for a talk. She arrived looking confident, as if this were just a minor disagreement to smooth over. I'm glad you called, she said, settling onto the couch. I've been thinking about how we can move forward. Have you? I remained standing. Yes, I know you're hurt, but this baby needs a father, Izan. We can work through this. The baby has a father. It's Derek. Her expression hardened. We made one mistake. 6 months of mistakes, I corrected, and planning to deceive me about paternity. That's not a mistake, Mia. That's a calculated decision. What do you want from me? She snapped. To beg. Fine, I'm sorry. I made a terrible choice. I've spoken with Derek. Her face paled. What? Why would you do that? To get the truth you wouldn't give me. Whatever he said, he confirmed everything, including that you stayed with me for financial stability. Mia stood up, her voice rising. That's not true. I love you. No, you loved what I provided. There's a difference. So that's it? You're throwing away our marriage over one indiscretion? This isn't about the affair, Mia. It's about the months of lies, the plan to pass off another man's child as mine. I made a mistake. People deserve second chances. Lydia appeared from the kitchen where she'd been waiting. Not for something like this. You brought your sister? Mia's voice rose higher. This is between us. I asked her to be here, I said calmly, as a witness. A witness for what? Confusion crossed her face. I handed her the folder. Divorce papers. I'm also requesting a restraining order. A restraining order? Are you serious? She laughed incredulously. Given your history of emotional manipulation, yes. Her face contorted. You can't do this to me. I'm pregnant. With Derek's child. Let him support you. He won't. He's already backing away. That's not my problem. She stepped toward me, voice desperate. Please, Izan, I'll do anything. We can go to counseling. Start fresh. There's no starting fresh from a lie this big. You don't understand what I've been going through, she pleaded, tears welling up. I was confused and scared, and I'm supposed to just forgive that you were going to trick me into raising another man's child for the next 18 years? It would have been our child in every way that matters. Accept the truth, and trust is everything in a marriage. Something changed in her eyes then. She lunged forward, grabbing a vase from the side table and hurling it at the wall near my head. You ungrateful jerk, after everything I've done for you. Mia, stop! Lydia moved between us. Get out of my way! Mia shoved Lydia hard, causing her to stumble backward. That's enough. I pulled my phone out. One more move and I'm calling the police. Go ahead. She grabbed my laptop from the coffee table. Call them! Before I could react, she swung the laptop at me. I ducked, but it caught my shoulder. That's it. I dialed 911 as Lydia recorded everything on her phone. I hate you, Mia screamed, tears streaming down her face. You'll regret this. I'll make sure of it. Based on the evidence and witness testimony, we're charging Mrs. Parker with assault and issuing the temporary restraining order, Officer Chen explained 2 hours later. Mia had been taken to the station after her outburst. What happens next? I asked, holding an ice pack to my shoulder. She'll be released on bail, but cannot come within 500 feet of you or your residence. The divorce proceedings can continue through your attorneys. My lawyer, Miss Winters, nodded. We've documented the infidelity and violence. Given these circumstances, Mr. Parker will retain the house and most assets. She'll contest it, I said. With a police report and video evidence of assault, she doesn't have much leverage, Miss Winters replied, especially in a no-fault state. 2 weeks later, I ran into Derek at the grocery store. Izan, he said awkwardly, I heard about what happened. I'm sure you did. He shifted uncomfortably. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. I never thought it would go this far. Are you supporting Mia and the baby now? We're figuring things out. Figure faster, I said. That child deserves better than both of you. A month later, with the divorce nearly finalized, Mia requested to meet at a public cafe. "You've taken everything," she said, her voice subdued. "The house, the savings, even the car. You chose this path, not me. I've lost my job because of the arrest record. Actions have consequences." She reached for my hand. I pulled back. "Izan, please. I made terrible mistakes, but I still care about you." "No, you don't. You care about what I can provide. That's not fair. I'm struggling." "So is Derek pulling his weight?" Her silence answered my question. "You know," I said, "the irony is I would have supported you through anything except lies. Even an affair could potentially be worked through. But you were going to let me raise another man's child without ever knowing the truth." I was scared. "And now I'm done. This is the last time we'll speak directly. The rest goes through lawyers." As I stood to leave, she called after me. "You can't just walk away from 3 years. Watch me." Later that evening, Marcus and Lydia came over with takeout. "The lawyer called," I told them. "Divorce will be final next week." "How are you feeling?" Marcus asked, passing me a container of lo mein. "Lighter," I admitted, "like I can breathe again." "Any regrets?" Lydia asked. I thought for a moment. "Only that I didn't see the warning signs sooner." "What kind of warning signs?" Marcus asked, setting down his chopsticks. "The secrecy with her phone, the sudden work emergencies on weekends, the way she'd get defensive if I asked about her day." I shook my head. Classic signs, but I trusted her completely. "Don't blame yourself," Lydia insisted. "Trust shouldn't be a weakness." "She actually texted me yesterday," Marcus admitted hesitantly. "Asked if I would talk to you about reconsidering." "What did you tell her?" I asked, surprised. "That some bridges can't be rebuilt once they're burned," he replied firmly, "and that you deserve better than someone who sees you as a meal ticket." "I've been thinking," Lydia said, changing the subject. "Maybe this move to Denver is exactly what you need. Not just a new job, but a completely fresh start. That's the plan. New city, new people, new perspective." "I know someone at the rock climbing gym there," Marcus offered. "Great community. You should check it out when you settle in." "I might," I nodded. "It's time to rediscover who I am outside of all this." "You'll need to be careful, though," Lydia warned, her expression serious. "Mia's been telling everyone who'll listen that you abandoned her in her time of need." "Let her talk," I shrugged. "The truth has a way of coming out eventually." "Speaking of truth," Marcus said, pulling out his phone. "Derek's wife just went public on social media. Apparently she didn't know about the affair either. She's filing for divorce, too." "Karma comes around," Lydia observed. "It's not about karma for me," I said quietly. "It's about reclaiming my life and my dignity. That's worth more than any revenge." "What's next for you?" Marcus asked. "I've accepted that job offer in Denver. Fresh start." Lydia raised her soda can. "To truth and consequences. And to moving forward," I added, "without looking back." "Have you ever discovered a betrayal that changed everything you thought you knew? How did you rebuild afterward?" Sometimes the greatest revenge isn't what you take from others, but what you reclaim for yourself.